Hello, Washington Commanders fans. Get ready for an analysis that will keep you hooked from beginning to end, because even in a tough season, 5 players are quietly giving us hope for the future. And you're going to find out who they are and why they deserve our attention. But it doesn't stop there. We're going to dive into the mind of our quarterback Marcus Mariota, who is eager to face his former team, the Eagles, in a divisional clash that promises sparks. And to top it all off, you're going to understand why this game is much more than just a simple end-of-season matchup for the Commanders. Stay tuned, because every detail is crucial for the future of our team. It has been a season that we, Washington Commanders fans, will want to quickly erase from our memory. I admit that some of us have already given up, focusing on the offseason and potential reinforcements for next year. It's hard to maintain optimism when things don't go as expected, but the passion for the Shield always speaks louder. However, and this is what gives me a glimmer of hope, several players are giving us reasons to believe in this final stretch. They are showing grit and dedication, proving that not everything is lost and that there are promising talents to build a better future. It's in these moments that we see who truly wears the jersey. No one expected the Commanders to have a 4-10 record with 3 games left in the regular season. Most fans and experts believed Washington was poised for another lengthy playoff run after reaching the NFC Championship last season, and with an aggressive offseason from general manager Adam Peters. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened, and while injuries haven't helped, it became clear that the team was not as advanced as initially thought. Even so, the victory over the New York Giants in Week 15 proved that the Commanders are still fighting for coach Dan Quinn. They are still striving to regain the momentum of the season and ensure their future with the club beyond 2025. This resilience is what makes us proud, even in defeats. This, without a doubt, is the most encouraging lesson we can take from this lost season. It's easy to preach brotherhood and unity when things are going well, but it's when the situation gets tough that this really becomes a reality. And make no mistake, the Commanders have that in abundance, and it's this mentality that we need to carry into next year. Until then, here are 5 players from the Commanders who are bringing some hope for the future amid the almost constant air of pessimism and discouragement. These are the talents that can be the foundation of our rebuild, and they are the ones we should focus our expectations on. Let's start with Jordan Magee, our linebacker. We, Washington Commanders fans, have always believed that Jordan Magee could become a valuable long-term asset. The talented linebacker has faced some injury issues since joining the team as a 5th-round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. Nonetheless, he has consistently demonstrated the credentials typically associated with productive starters at the next level. Magee has physical gifts that cannot be taught. He has the ideal size, wingspan, and speed to be an instinctive playmaker. Adding a bit more discipline to his game will help the Temple product take the next step. But whenever the Commanders have given him significant responsibilities, he has risen to the occasion. He is a player with enormous potential. The coach Dan Quinn continues to give almost all the defensive plays to future Hall of Fame member, linebacker Bobby Wagner, even knowing that he might retire or seek other opportunities with another team this offseason. It would be wise for him to change this approach, as the only way for Magee to progress is by gaining more experience in regular season games. It remains to be seen if this will materialize in Washington's last 3 games. But regardless of that, Magee seems to have a promising future in Washington. He is one of the young talents who can truly make a difference in our defense in the coming years, and I can't wait to see him on the field more often. Now, let's talk about Josh Conerly Jr., our offensive tackle. Josh Conerly Jr. has gone through the inevitable adjustment struggles typical of a rookie at the offensive tackle position. It's one of the most challenging positions for first-year players, and while he is still far from perfection, the 29th overall pick of the 2025 NFL Draft has shown immense potential against high-level opponents. Conerly's baptism by fire at the start of the season was a wake-up call. He overcame it and learned a lot. The former Oregon star visibly grew in stature in the second half of 2025. Demonstrating excellent pass protection, solid run blocking, and polished technique that keeps pass rushers at bay. It's a development that fills us with optimism. There are moments when Conerly is outpaced or struggles in tough situations, but this is becoming less frequent. He also had the perfect mentor in Laremy Tunsil, a 5-time Pro Bowl selection, which resulted in the formation of an edge-rushing duo capable of solidifying 2 crucial positions in the near future. This partnership is key for our offense. These rookie experiences will only benefit Conerly in the future. One more preseason to enhance his physical strength and refine his technique should result in significant improvements next season. The Commanders have plenty of issues in other roster positions, but General Manager Adam Peters knows that the offensive tackle positions are secured for the long term, and that is a relief. And now, get ready for an analysis of one of our greatest idols, Terry McLaurin, and how he is giving us hope even in a tough season. And there's more. We will dive into the talent of a cornerback who is standing out in an offensive tackle who has become a pillar of our team. The season has been disappointing for wide receiver Terry McLaurin. His long streak of seasons with over 1,000 receiving yards came to an end due to a quadriceps hip flexor injury that sidelined him for an extended period. Considering this happened after the player refused to play all summer in a contract standoff with general manager Adam Peters, the frustration only grew. McLaurin has been a model of consistency and resilience before 2025. He was named to the second All-Pro team last season, but things have been quite different this time. The Ohio State alum has barely been on the field with quarterback Jaden Daniels, and health issues have prevented him from having the typically decisive impact he usually brings. However, there's much to admire in the veteran's performance since he returned to the starting lineup. Playing solely for pride is a depressing and familiar feeling for McLaurin. Nonetheless, he remains committed, working hard and leading by example. And, in the last 3 games, the 2-time Pro Bowl selection reminded Commanders fans and everyone in the league how special he is when healthy. He's a true captain. This doesn't mean much in the grand scheme, but it's a strong message that McLaurin remains a focal point. We hope he stays lucky and avoids injury in 2026, because we need him healthy and producing on the field. He is the heart of our offense, and his presence is crucial for the team's success. Now, let's talk about Mike Sainristil, our cornerback. It's not easy to decipher Mike Sainristil this season. The Washington Commanders had high hopes for the cornerback after moving him back to the nickel position, where he excelled at the University of Michigan. Even though things haven't gone as planned, he has something that most secondary players lack. That is the ability to turn opportunities into turnovers. Sainristil has 8 interceptions since being selected 50th overall in the 2024 NFL Draft. Only one player from that class has more, which at the very least is something to build on. This ball-hawking ability is a game changer. Sainristil has some flaws. He has allowed many explosive plays, and occasionally his coverage has fallen short. The positives and negatives of his second season in the NFL are about equal. So the important thing now is to figure out where he fits best and how the Commanders can maximize his potential. It's a challenge for the coaching staff. Easier said than done, but Coach Dan Quinn is qualified for it. There are uncertainties about the plans for the defensive coordinator position moving forward, but Sainristil remains a key piece in the team's plans, regardless of who takes over. The talent and spark are there. Becoming more consistent is crucial for him to become an elite player. Finally, Laremy Tunsil, our offensive tackle. The Commanders realized they had finally found the solution at quarterback after Jaden Daniels' phenomenal rookie season. Adam Peters needed to protect that investment and took the first step by making a bold trade for the prolific left tackle, Laremy Tunsil. No one needs to be reminded of Tunsil's credentials. Few in the league are better at protecting the opposing quarterback's blindside from pressure. He has been selected to the Pro Bowl 5 times and is an extremely consistent player. The Commanders had to pay a hefty price to secure his services, but he has proven to be worth every penny, and more during his first season with the franchise. Tunsil has been a revelation. His pass protection is simply outstanding. His run blocking is dominant, with opposing top defenders struggling to gain initial leverage when the Ole Miss product gets a head start. He's also excelling as a leader, mentoring rookie Josh Conerly Jr. during his up-and-down debut season with great success. This is the left tackle Washington has long desired since Trent Williams was traded to the San Francisco 49ers. Tunsil will be seeking a lucrative contract extension this offseason, potentially reaching $30 million per year or more. Peters would do well to pay the corresponding amount to keep this key piece on the team for the rest of his career. He is a game-changing player. And now for the news that will shake up the NFC East. Marcus Mariota is eager to face his former team, the Eagles, in a divisional matchup that promises sparks. You'll find out why this game is much more than just a meaningless end-of-season matchup for the Commanders, and what we can expect from this epic battle. Although the Washington Commanders are out of the playoffs, they still have a divisional game against the Philadelphia Eagles to play in Week 16. As a fan, I know the season may be lost in terms of playoffs, but divisional rivalry always brings extra motivation, and the chance to spoil the Eagles' party is something that excites us. The Eagles could clinch the NFC East title with a win in the nation's capital, but the Commanders will try to ruin the Eagles' plans. Commanders quarterback Marcus Mariota spoke about the opportunity to face his former team, and his excitement is contagious. Yeah, I mean, a great defense. You could talk about every player on the defensive line, and in the secondary, they're great players. Being there for a year and being around those guys is going to be fun, especially playing against some of those old friends. So, I'm looking forward to it. The atmosphere is always great. It's going to be fun, Mariota said. Mariota wants to beat the Eagles, and that is the mindset we expect from all our players. In 2023, Mariota was the backup quarterback for the Eagles, behind Jalen Hurts. Now, Mariota will have the chance to face him in a divisional showdown in Week 16. Mariota is eager for the challenge, and so are we. I mean, at the end of the day, I want to say it's one day at a time, and the focus should be on continuing to improve. I love the opportunity to play. It's been fun to be out there, and whatever the case may be, whatever the scenario, as we've talked about, you can never replicate the NFL experience. And I love playing. I love the opportunity to be out there and just take it one day at a time and make the most of it, Mariota said. This is the first time the Commanders faced the Eagles since being eliminated in the NFC Championship game in January. Now, they have the chance for revenge in a game of lesser importance, but Washington should be motivated to try to secure their second consecutive victory. It's a chance to show that, even out of contention, we are a respected opponent. So, fan, which of these 5 players giving us hope do you think will have the biggest impact in the upcoming games and earn their spot on the roster for 2026? And do you believe Marcus Mariota can lead the Commanders to a surprising victory against the Eagles? Share your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you think about our team's future.